Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning back in. I knew you was a real one. I knew it. So if you're not a real one already, my name is Iman, and on this channel I recreate makeup and hair looks done on celebrities by like the best makeup artists and hairstylists, as well as some really bomb wig transformations. So if that sounds like the type of content you interested in, boo, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with my content, boo. So today we are doing the most absolute gorgeous model like ever, Iman. This look I have been eyeing on doing for a very long time, but you know, I was trying to hold off on it because I wanted to use some Iman products, but there's like nothing in stores. Like, you have to order online, and I need to see the colors, the foundations, because they look a little iffy on the website, so I don't want to purchase the wrong stuff. So I was like, I gotta do what I can do. I'm going to use as many black owned products as I possibly can. That's the least I could do. But I really try to get my hands on some Iman products, but they're just not where in Atlanta. Like, I don't get it. So without further ado, honey, let's get up into the video. All right, of course we have to prime, honey. Of course we have to prime. So with my favorite milk primer, really focusing on the T-zone here, because that's the most important portion. And my skin is looking a little crazy due to me being on my cycle, so it's not as, you know, clear as it usually is. Let me get rid of some of this. Alright, so I'm gonna go in with my Mercier, and I have not wet my beauty blender. Hold on. Let me go wet my sponge and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm gonna use the end of my Juno & Co. sponge, and I'm going to put that all in my oily spots to get rid of the shine, because this is not like a dewy look or anything, so we really like need the shine to be gone. So just going to add that in, because honey, oh, I'm so excited for this look. Like, I'm mad excited. Okay, like always, gonna correct the darkness because I need my skin to be one even shade, honey. Get rid of all of this darkness so it doesn't seep through my foundation. If you are a chocolate girl, you need to make sure your skin is corrected prior to foundation, because you know, most chocolate people, you know, we got darkness going on, usually around our mouths, you know, around our noses, underneath our eyes. So if you don't correct well enough, or you know, get the proper foundation, you're gonna look crusty. It's not gonna look like a vibe. And sometimes, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with, sometimes foundation just isn't enough, because it's supposed to even out your complexion, but you know, your complexion usually isn't one shade, especially if you're brown. So you can't just rely on the foundation to do all of the work. And you know, everybody don't got money to be buying multiple foundations, mixing them together and all that good stuff, because I know I don't, honey. I buy one of whatever I want. I ain't got time to get 2 or 3 foundations. Usually that's what you do when you're like a makeup artist. You just got various, you know, amounts, but we don't got that. So y'all know how I do. We're gonna add my foundation on the back of my hand, because I do not like putting it on the back of my hand. Okay, put about 3 pumps on there of my Giorgio Armani, and then we are going to, what am I going to do? Foundation brush. Okay, and then buff that in the skin, honey. Yeah, this is very full coverage, so we're going to use my most full coverage foundation. And this one matches me the most out of all my foundations, because this is a bit darker for my skin. Because, well, this is kind of like my shade right now, because like I tell you guys, I have been telling you guys rather recently, my freaking skin is darker, and I can't really wear none of my foundations because I run outside, you know, it's summertime. So, baby, I ain't really been doing it. Foundation's been looking crazy, but you know, I'm easy. Being a makeup artist, it's like a lot easier to like manipulate shades to get the right tones. So that's why you correct, you know, that's why you highlight, that's why you contour, so you know, manipulate those shades if a little color is off and you got limited, you know, resources available to you. So okay, so now I'm going to go in with my Uoma concealer, And I'm going to place that underneath my eyes to highlight. And of course we're going to let it sit because, honey, you blending that out immediately, it's not going to come out right. Okay, so while that sits, I'm going to take my contour stick, honey, and slim up this little chubby face of mine. Oh, I love this contour stick. I don't even think I've used another one since I purchased this one. It's gonna be gone, boo. It's just so good. Yeah, let's snatch this face up, honey, because right now it ain't looking too good for me. Okay, stuff, quit falling. Okay. So y'all know how I do. We'll start from the chin. And she has like really, really high cheekbones. Unfortunately, I was not blessed with that facial feature. But, you know, Iman girl, you look good. Okay, her face is just, the way it's just made and created is just absolutely gorgeous. Everybody don't got it like that, but she do. Okay, concealer has had a time to dry, so we're gonna get our chinny chin, honey. Oh, this coverage is really good. It's really good. I'm liking the way that this is turning. I'm feeling it. Okay, and then when I blend out my concealer, I start from the outward. I start outward and bring myself and bring the product in versus the other way around, because I don't want to stretch the highlight like further down. I like to keep it like exactly where I placed it at, and then that just makes the coverage look so much better to me. And then, ooh, you see how that looks? I love the way this looks. Okay, so like I always do, I take my foundation brush, and with the residue, I merge the lines with the highlight and contour so there's no harsh lines. Kind of do a stippling motion, all that good stuff, because we don't want no harsh lines. And yeah, so to set, take our ABH loose powder, and I'm going to do my press and roll method that I always do. So dab it in the loose powder and place the products into my crease in all the places I want set. Press and roll, press and roll. I love this loose powder so much. Yeah, she has a very much glam look. Like, it's set, honey. Ain't no dewiness going on right there. Okay. But that's kind of like her signature look. Like, aside from Kill Pretty doing this look on her, she's not really, I've never seen her have any dewy looks per se. It's always very matte and maybe like a highlighted cheek or something. But okay, so I'm gonna let that sit while I contour, and then we'll get rid of it. So to take my favorite contour brush, this is the Real Techniques blush brush. I actually used it. Ooh, I might want to put some product on my fucking brush. Why did I just cuss? That was mad vicious. Yo, that was mad vicious. I ain't even gonna front. That was not necessary. Anyway, taking my MAC powder, and I would have got some face. Yo, I just got mad for no reason. Like, that was not necessary for me to turn up like that. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Okay, jeez, I'm just in a goofy mood today because I woke up in the middle of the night randomly, couldn't sleep, watching TikToks. Like, my freaking body damn near got parallels because of how much parallels. I can't speak today, none of that. Paralyzed because I was just laughing so much. And like, your body's not really, like, your mind and body ain't really all together when you like sleepy. So I was sleepy and I was cracking up and I was hot. It was just too much. My body could, I don't know what was going on with me. Okay, so we're gonna do this like this here. Okay, now I'm gonna take the brush and get rid of, sweep away all this highlight. Actually, I'm lying. I'm just gonna sweep away some of it. I'm actually lying to you guys, because this is a black eyeshadow, and honey, this is definitely gonna give me fallout. So I'm gonna leave the under eyes to bake a little bit, which is why another thing, when I do eyeshadow looks that I know is gonna have fallout, I always leave it under there. I'm not a baking person. That makes me look so dry, crusty, and I get mad flashback. It don't matter what the complexion of, it doesn't matter what the color of the loose powder is. So I always, that's why I love the press and roll method when I'm doing my highlighter, because it's not going to be that super thick consistency, you know? So because our eyes are brown, I'm going to take in my brown brownies from Beauty Backerie, and I'm going to do my brows that way. So we're going to do a brown. This and this stuff is really, this brow product is very, very like dries really fast, but it's mad creamy. Like, it doesn't dry out like a dip brow usually would, but maybe it dried with the quickness. So I'm gonna try to make this look as natural as possible for me. Because even though this is a beat look, this ain't no cut. This ain't like no Instagram makeup, boo. This ain't no Instagram. This ain't no clean cut, super, you know. This is very, it's a perfect medium between natural and glam. The perfect, you know, mixture, in my opinion. And I'm just doing like an upward motion, like I have it at an angle, and I'm doing an upward motion. This is like my method to getting my brows as natural as possible. And once again, my brows aren't done because I'm just scared to go out during this pandemic. Like, I do not want to be all up on, I don't want to be in a situation that requires somebody to be all up on my face. Like, at most, I'll go to Home Goods and like Home Goods, because I'm not going nowhere unnecessary. Like, I go to the Target, to the grocery store, you know, places like that. But baby, I don't need nothing that requires somebody to touch me, like a hair salon, getting your eyes, brows done, you know, all that extra shit. Get up off of me. Get up off of me till we get this cure to the Rona. So I'm gonna come back to fill in a little bit more, but to kind of give me a guide how I clean up my brows. Since I do not take my concealer brush, like the applicator that comes with the concealer, to conceal underneath my eyes, I use a second brush. What I do is I take the remainder of the concealer that I had on this that I used to highlight, and I basically just draw. I kind of use it as a primer for the eyeshadow as well, but I use the remainder because I don't like when putting too much concealer underneath my eyes, because then I end up with way too much product, then it gets kind of too light. So like, this is just the perfect amount to like clean it up with whatever is left on this brush. If I need to add a little bit more, I do, but that's rare. So I'm going to take that and find an angled brush. Okay. And kind of get, you know, get as clean as I can. Okay. That'll work. Okay, and then if I see any more imperfections with the brows, I'll just go back in. Okay, this is as good as they're gonna get before I make them not natural by adding too much product. And because these are so drying, like it gets like a tattoo brow basically, I don't really need to use the brow gel, but I'm gonna add some on it to kind of help the hairs look a bit more sparse and natural, but not so much to seal it, but to just help it with the color, you know? Okay, we got that going on, boo. So now, let me put these brushes up. It's too much stuff on my desk and I can't see, I can't think. It's a lot going on. Okay, now it's time for the eyes. So how I like to do my black eyeshadows is I like to go in with a black eyeliner and kind of draw that on my lid, because sometimes eyeshadows, like the color might crease depending on how your eyelid shape, if you get oily eyelids like me. So when it comes to black, I want this to be matte pigmented. So what I'll do is I'll take this black eyeshadow and I'll draw on my eyes to help with the darkness of the black eyeshadow. Kind of like a base, a primer for my eyes. And I'm trying to keep this like strictly on the lid, not trying to break it too high up, but strictly on the lid. Okay, now that that is done, what I'm going to do is go in with the black eyeshadow. This is from a super old Maybelline palette that I'm not even going to show you because ew. And what I like to do is, okay, put the eyeshadow directly on the lid, like so. Okay, so that's looking good. So how I blend this out so it's not too like busy and I don't get like a black smoky effect up here is I go in with a brush, like a deep, like a stiffer brush, and I take a brown color. So I'm going to take a brown color and I'm going to smudge out where the black meets in my crease with a brown color instead of just taking the black and blending it. This is going to make it look so much like seamless when you do your smoky eyes with a brown versus smoking it with black. And then if need be, you go back in with black to add some more definition and then take the browns to blend it. And so it's not just black smoky, because that can look a little crazy. It can look a little gray when you just do black, at least on my complexion. So I'm taking a deep brown, and that just helps with the smokiness. And I can tell that this black isn't that pigmented, so I'm going to go in with some more black and add some more on my lid. But once it comes to blending, you're just going to go blend in with the brown shadow versus the black shadow. We're not blending this out, smoking this out at all by itself. We're going to smoke it out with the brown. So add some more black on there and then smoke it out with the brown, boo-boo. Okay, so I'm kind of going to repeat the same exact thing that I did on top of my lid underneath my eyes. So I'm gonna just do this in a time lapse and you can watch me. I do the same thing. Eyeliner, black eyeshadow, smoke it out with brown. I'm gonna do the same thing on my bottom lash line. Okay, eyeshadow is complete. Now I can go in with my brush and sweep away this loose powder. Okay, so I'm gonna go in and do some extra blending. But other than that, it's gonna be time to put on lashes. And I'm definitely gonna do that off camera because that's gonna take 25 minutes. So yeah. Alright, about to put my lashes on and then I'll come back. Okay, I put my lashes on, honey. Okay, so now I'm going to blush it up. She does have some blush going on, which I love because y'all know I'm a blush girl. And it's not as pink, but more of like a peachy color on the cheekbones. And this is one of my favorite peaches. And it has a little shimmer on it because it looked like she got like a little bit going on her cheekbones. But I'm not going to highlight, so I'm just going to use this. Okay, and to finalize, like bring the whole look together, we're going to do this lip, the purple gloss that she has going on. I love when people mix bold lips and bold colors because a lot of times that's like taboo, like you don't mix them two things together, especially on dark skin, but I like it. And he made it look very, very good with the purple on it. So this is a very glossy purple from Revlon. And we're just gonna apply this, honey. Well, it's very sheer. I need this to be pigmented because hers look thick on her lips. Okay, I'm mixing together this other purple color from Maybelline because this ain't looking too dark. Okay, my look is done. So what I'm gonna go do is wrap my hair up like hers and then I'll be right back. Okay, honey, I tried my best to get this towel up here, but my wig is not letting it stay put. But guys, that completes the look. I think I did a really good job. Why did I just say that like that? But honey, look, I think I did good. I think I look like her. You know, I could be like her niece or something. But I think it looks good. He did this lip with this eye. Beautiful combination, beautiful. So I'm gonna go take some pictures, guys. I love it. Follow Iman. She's such a gorgeous. If you don't know who Iman is, like, come on now. If you are familiar with the Remember the Time music video by Michael Jackson, she's in that. But honey, we giving it to the girls today. All right, I'm gonna take some pictures, but in the meantime, in between time, honey, check out the other videos in the playlist. Don't be playing, okay? You know you want to watch some more celebrity recreation looks, so go ahead and check out the playlist, buddy. Okay, go ahead, honey. All right, peace.